Hello, and welcome to your Quickie. Today we're actually going to start standing, so find your comfortable stand. Maybe even walk the feet out a little bit to find that alignment where the feet, the ankles are right under the hips. Your body knows the right spot. Take a couple of steps, you'll end up there. Let the eyes fall closed. And start to think about the alignment of the body a little bit. So making sure that the hips are over the ankles and that the shoulders are over the hips. The ears are centered over the shoulders. Sometimes tucking the chin and then pressing the chin back a little bit will help get you to the right spot, and then just soften from there. Now thinking about gently grounding down through your big toes and your heels and lifting up through the arches. So imagine pulling gently through the arches, up the inner thighs, the calves, up through the groin, lifting Mula Bandha, lifting through the core, up into the upper body, and then maybe imagining that little thread that's connected to the crown of the head, sitting you up just that little bit taller than usual. So now with that beautifully long, energetically active body, we're going to start to bring our awareness just into this room, noticing the sounds around you, noticing the sensations where your body meets the environment around you. So temperature on the skin, any sensations, breeze, the sensation of your feet making contact with the mat below you. Now, palms don't have to be forward here. They can be towards your body. Really, it's whatever's comfortable. You don't have to be aggressively turning the arms out if that's not what your body naturally does. Let that be muscularly active, but not straining, right? So find that nice natural spot for your arms with muscle engagement, right? I know it's a lot of instructions for standing. Now we're going to start to bring the awareness in a bit farther, so feeling into the body, noticing the active muscles, noticing anywhere that you might feel any sort of tension, noticing any aches, any pains. And then pulling into the body a bit farther, noticing the heartbeat if you can in the circulatory system. Maybe noticing if there's anywhere else in the body where you can feel the heartbeat. Good. Now bringing the awareness to the breath. So we're not going to control it right away. Just observe. Just notice how you're breathing. Is it nice, big, deep belly breaths? Probably not. Most of the time we breathe into that little top section of our lungs. We barely feel it. All right, we're going to take control. We're going to start to relax and soften the diaphragm, so letting the belly go soft and allowing that big space to form down around the navel area. Big, hollow, empty pocket for those breaths to flow. Now we're going to start to, as we breathe, direct the breath into that pocket, that belly space that we've just created. And we want them to be good-sized, full breaths that feel substantial, but we don't want them so large that they feel unnatural. So find your nice, big, nurturing, nourishing, full breath. At your own pace, no hurry. Good. All right. Now we're going to start to breathe together. We're going to add in the arms. So go ahead and exhale whatever you have. Then together we're going to inhale, bringing the arms out and up. Make sure to re-engage the low belly here as the arms go out, exhaling down through heart center. It's going to keep your spine stable. Inhaling out and up. Palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Now really be in your body here. Maybe even try and notice your air passing, or your arms passing through the atmosphere. Inhaling out and up. Notice that tiny bit of drag on your body as you lift those arms out and up. Palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Good. This will be our last one. Inhaling out and up. This time we're going to bring the palms to touch, and we're going to lean to the right, hips go left. Inhaling back center. Leaning to the left, hips go right. Coming back to center. Now we're going to step the right leg out. We're coming right into goddess pose. So start to work those toes towards the outside of your mat, pointing towards the outside edges of your mat. Good. We're going to press up to star pose. And now we're going to go ahead and let the toes come forward and the heels come out a little bit. We're going to go for another little bit of a side stretch here. So we're going to trace our right arm down that right side, or down that right leg. Stretching over with that left arm. If you're ready to get a little bit more aggressive, you can bring the gaze down to that bottom foot, or you could even bring it up to that top palm. If you're more comfortable just keeping the eyes closed, which I think is a lovely option, go ahead and do that. Good. Engage the core. We're going to come back to star. We're going to trace that left arm down that left leg, sweeping the right arm over. Nice big side stretch. Good. Inhale, come back up. We're going to step the left foot over to the right foot. We're going to do another side bend to the right. Hips go left. Back center, inhale. Exhale left, hips go right. Good. Inhaling back center. We're going to go for a forward fold. Bend the knees a lot here, especially if this is first thing in the morning. Maybe even, this is the way that I recommend people do forward fold if you're stiff in the morning, right? Or if you have short hamstrings. If you bend the knees, then you bring the belly to the thighs. This is going to keep your back in a safe position. And then you can start to, from here, straighten out the legs a little bit of an elephant walk. You might be surprised how stiff you are. I am. Every time I do this, I'm surprised. And slowly start to walk them out that way. Because the biggest cause, not the biggest cause of injury, but a really common cause of injury for people is just a simple forward fold with tight hamstrings. So what do tight hamstrings do? They pull down on the bottom of the pelvis. They don't allow the pelvis to tilt forward, right? They keep the pelvis standing up straight. So then you come into a forward fold thinking everything is going to go your way, and it doesn't. So the hamstrings are tight, holding the pelvis like that. You go into your forward fold. This is where all of that bend goes. And guess where the most commonly herniated discs are? Right there, right? So have a lot of respect for your forward fold, especially in the morning when you're feeling a little bit tight, or if you know that you have tight hamstrings, be respectful to your body.
Good. Elephant walks are wonderful if you're not super flexy already. If you have your face between your shins already, great. Pay no attention to anything I say. You don't need it. But for the other, 98% of the population, elephant walks will stretch those hamstrings one at a time, allowing you to get just a little bit deeper than if you stretch them both at the same time. Alrighty. So we're going to bend those knees again. Engage the core. Inhale, rise. Surya Namaskar A. Here we go. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Think about your arms, right? We're going to use the serratus anterior and pec minor to wrap those shoulders forward. We're going to hold on to that, keeping the shoulder blades spread as we come down. They're not going to stay spread, but you're going to think about keeping them spread. Lifting up dog or cobra. Now we're thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now we're going to take a few breaths in our down dog, pedal those heels, shift those hips. Alrighty. Looking between the hands, we're going to hop or walk forward, up to you. Halfway lift when you get there. Forward fold, exhale. And inhale, rise. Good. One more, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog or cobra, oh my goodness. Hips up and back. So it's the rainy season in Vallarta, and sudden storms happen a lot, and it looks like we have something hitting us right now. But we're good. We'll be fine here in the studio. So go ahead and pedal those heels out again, shift those hips. Find your most comfortable expression of the pose. Good, all right. Now looking between the hands, we're gonna step the right foot forward. We're gonna go ahead and drop that left knee, top of the left foot down. We're gonna come up to lunge. Now the arms don't need to be lifted here. In fact, depending on the anatomy of your particular shoulders, it may not be healthy for you to have your arms like this. So if you notice that it's always pinchy and uncomfortable, don't do it. Come here. Hands to heart center is totally fine. Every once in a while I do a presentation, it's called Our Incredible Shoulders, and it addresses the anatomical variations in our shoulders, and it's huge. The just natural variation, and it impacts people's abilities and range of motion in a tremendous way. And so often you see people in their yoga class and they're like, why can't I do this? I'm such a failure as a yogi. No, I don't think people actually think that. But, and a lot of the time what it comes down to, it has nothing to do with will or practice or, it's just your anatomy. Your anatomy is capable of what your anatomy is capable, and that's all there is to it. Sweeping those fingers down. We're going to come into a pyramid pose here. So we're going to bring those left toes in. You may need to lift. If you need to lift up on blocks or even with your hands on your thigh, that's totally okay. Okay, guys. So this is tricky, this next pose, and I'm going to even use a block. Parivrita Trikonasana. So the left hand is going to go to the right side of the right foot. I put a block there for me. So I'm going to put my left hand on the block that's next to my right pinky toe, and then I'm going to open up to the right side. Beautiful. Coming back to that pyramid pose. Move that block. We're going to put a bend in that front knee. We're going to step forward to standing split. You might use 2 blocks here. Good. Now we're going to sweep that, put a little bend in that right knee. We're going to sweep the left knee up as we come to standing. Then we're going to kick it back as we come into our warrior 3. Our blocks are handy. Let's turn it into a half moon. And now in your half moon, option to bind. If you want to put there's a mosquito. If you want to put a bend in the knee, kick into the hand. Good. Let that go. Back to half moon, starting to rotate down. Back to your warrior 3. We're going to lift the left knee, extend the leg, point the toes, kick, 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 and set that leg down. Good job. All right. Other side, inhaling those arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Mind the shoulders. Up dog or cobra. Hips up and back. Alrighty, we're going to step that left foot forward, bringing that right knee down, coming into that lunge. The shoulders are your option. Arms up or at heart center. Good. All right, we're going to sweep those fingers down. Maybe have your blocks ready. We're going to come into pyramid pose, so tuck those right toes, press forward, and pyramid pose. Alrighty, setting that block to the left side of that left foot, outside of the pinky toe. Then we're going to place the right hand on that block, opening up Parivrita Trikonasana. So the gaze here, it can come up to the pinky for the maximum expression of the pose. You could also look just forward or even down is totally fine. Wonderful. We're going to sweep it back down. Put a little bit of a bend in that front knee. We're going to come forward into a standing split. Now we're going to bring that right knee all the way up. Pressing it back. Warrior 3. Opening up, half moon. Maybe go for the bind. Good, letting that go. Returning. We're going to come all the way up. Extend. And we're going to kick, 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 and set it down. All right, we're going for the floor. Have a seat. Bonus points if you can get there like that. Bottoms of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. So letting the knees fall out to the sides, the hips, the thigh bones rolling back and down. Maybe a little bit of a butterfly action. Mosquito. Okay. Now, if you're finding that you're not able to get the low back flat here, you might need to sit up on something. If you take the corner of a blanket and you put it just under the edge of your butt, that's going to help to rock the pelvis forward. If, on the other hand, it's rocking fine, go ahead and start to bring some of that weight forward. And think about moving in the direction of bringing the belly button to the heels. Belly button to heels. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. So right now it's 7 something in Puerto Vallarta and it's 80 degrees already. But there's this amazing like mist in the breeze. So if you can imagine, like it's hot and it's humid, but there's this wonderful, cool mist that is just kind of like raining down on me. It's heaven. It's wonderful. Very nice. All right. Press yourself up. Extend those legs. Give them a little wiggle jiggle. We're going to do one more seated leg stretch. We're going to go into double pigeon pose. So setting the right shin down and then laying the left shin on top. Same thing here where you need to pay attention to the low back. Make sure that it's not rounding. If it is rounding, be up on something, elevate a little bit. And then if that's it, that's great. This is a pretty intense pose. So just hold on right there. But if you have more, think about leading with the belly button and then set it down when you're ready. Wonderful. Pressing up. Extend those legs and give them a little bit of a wiggle jiggle if you want to, or if you feel good to do it, just switch. Reestablish those sit bones. Make sure that they're kind of pulled out behind you to facilitate that forward tilt of the pelvis. And then head forward, body willing.
All right. Press yourself up, extend those legs, wiggle, jiggle. Now we're going to bring the feet towards us, and we're going to do a little bit of a windshield wiper. All right. So extending those legs, keep those hands where they are. We're headed for reverse plank. So point the toes, lift the hips. You can let the head fall back if you want to, not aggressively, just gently. Probably better to keep it lifted. Use the glutes, use the core. Good. Setting it down. We're coming onto the tummy. A little bit more of those windshield wipers. Oh, that feels good. All right. So we're going to do a locust variation. So we are going to press those legs together. We're going to lift the legs and lift the upper body. Here we are. All right. Now you're welcome to stay right here. But if you feel pretty strong and you want to add more, extend the arms. Now if you feel like you really want to go for it, go for the swimmer. Wonderful. All right. We're headed for the back. Well done. A little bit of windshield wipers. Knees in for a big squeeze. Big inhale. And on the exhale, drop them to the right. Left shoulder stays down if it will. And knees back to center, taking any transitional movements that you would like. So this could be windshield wipers. I like to make circles with my knees. Could be just a big squeeze, whatever feels good for you and your body. Now we're going to do a big squeeze together. Big inhale, and on the exhale, drop them left. Good. Bringing knees back to center. Again, any little transitional movements that you want to make, whatever your body wants. Then bring those knees in for a big squeeze, a big inhale, and on the exhale, extend into Shavasana. Take a moment, get nice and comfortable. It doesn't really matter where your arms and legs are. Whatever's comfortable. Just let yourself be heavy, let yourself go soft. This is your reward time. So letting the eyes fall closed if they're not already. Relaxing the forehead, the eyebrows. Softening all of those muscles around and behind the eyes. Relaxing the cheeks, the temples. Softening the jaw. And letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. With each exhale, feeling the body pressing heavier and heavier into your mat. With each exhale, falling deeper and deeper into relaxation. For these next few moments, just relax. Now starting to bring the awareness back into the body, maybe moving some fingers, moving some toes, maybe reaching the arms overhead for that big full body stretch. Then roll it on to whichever side is the most comfortable for you. Savoring these last few moments of relaxation. Then using just as much effort as you need to, as little effort as possible, press yourself up to your comfortable seat. Go ahead and keep the eyes closed or lowered for just these last moments to keep the awareness in. Noticing the sensations in the body. Noticing what's changed. Noticing the results of the practice that you've just completed. Inhaling the arms out and up, palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling out and up. See yourself grabbing a big arm load of healing energy. Exhale and pull it down to heart center. Feel the warmth, see the glow. Holding the hands here at heart center, we're going to chant Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu, which means may all beings be happy and free. Big inhale. Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Big inhale. Shanti, shanti, shanti. And finally, Om. Big inhale. Last time, inhaling those arms out and up, palms to touch, exhaling down to the third eye for the mind, heart center, body, and spirit. Namaste. That's better. Thanks so much for being here today. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Bye.